Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about complex numbers. So this is very important topic, students. So in the JEE Main and JEE Advanced, we are expecting minimum one question, students. So every time they are asking minimum one question, students. At the same time, when we are compared with the conic section and quadratic expressions, progressions and series, matrices and determinants and vector algebra, okay students, and 3D. This is little bit difficult in objective only, but in the board examination point of view, some selected questions are there in De Moivre's theorem and complex numbers. They are asking many times those questions only in the board examinations. So in the De Moivre's also, students, is the part of complex numbers. In the intermediate board, they are divided into the two parts. The one of them complex number and the other one is De Moivre's theorem. But in the CBS pattern and for the any competitive examinations, and De Moivre's and complex numbers are same concept except the De Moivre's theorem only. The many formulas of the complex numbers are useful in the De Moivre's theorem also. Okay students, so this topic is very important. At the same time, this is very difficult in the objective point of view. Why? Because so here the modulus properties and amplitude properties, and also, dear students, the properties of the Coni theorem, that means rotation theorem, is a very important, students. Especially the Coni theorem is only for purely objective. So the many geometrical applications are there in many geometrical applications are there in complex numbers. The all geometrical applications we can use only by applying the Coni theorem only. Okay, for the geometrical applications we can apply only the Coni theorem. Coni theorem means rotation theorem. Okay students, so and also related to the locus model based on the circle and straight lines and ellipse. Okay, so these are all models we will I will explain. Okay, these are all geometrical applications and Coni's theorem, and also the locus based on the related to the circle and ellipse and hyperbola. I will each and every sum I will explain, students. So right now the complex number, we know that about the complex number in the lower classes. First the natural numbers. What are the natural numbers? Are 1 2 3 4 5. Whole numbers are begin with 0 0 1 2 3 4 5. The integers are exactly minus infinity and so on, minus 3 2 1 0 1 2 3. The rational number is the, students, if your number is in the form of p by q and q is not equal to 0, then it is said to be rational number. Okay students, irrational, the number is not rational, then it is called irrational. That means root of 2 and root 3, okay students, root 5, these are all called irrational. After that, students, imaginary numbers, we have to know that the root of minus 1, root of minus 2, root of minus 3, and the root is minus is there. These are called the, students, imaginary numbers. What is the, students? This is called imaginary. So when it is called the imaginary numbers, so root of minus 1, root of minus 2, root of minus 3 is called the imaginary. So dear students, the root of minus 1 we can written as the, students, how to write that? This is root of I square. That is the, students, I. What is the, students? I square value equal to minus 1. Imaginary, the I square is the, students, minus 1. I is called the, student, iota. So therefore, students, the I square value is the minus 1. Dear student, root of minus 1, root of minus 2, root of minus 8, these are all called imaginary numbers. This can be written as I square, this is 2I square, this is 3I square, where I square is the value minus 1. I is we can read as iota. Therefore, the imaginary number, the combination of the, students, imaginary and real, we have to know that the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and real numbers and irrational. Therefore dear students, real and irrational, these are belongs to the rational number. A number is said to be a number is said to be a real number. That means rational plus irrational. Rational plus irrational is called the real number. Okay students. So right now we are going to discuss about imaginary. So therefore imaginary means under root of -1 -2. Therefore these are called imaginary. Real plus imaginary is called the complex number. What is the students? Real and the combination of real and imaginary is called the complex. What student? Real means it is the combination of real means rational plus irrational. So dear student, the rational plus irrational is called the real number, but the real and imaginary, the combination of the real and imaginary is called the complex number. Therefore students, we can written as the complex number. So dear students, the a plus ib, if a number is in the form of, if a number, what is the students? If a number is in the form of a plus ib, so if a number is in the form of a plus ib, okay students, if a number is in the form of a plus ib, then it is called the complex number, is called complex number. Complex number, where a belongs to R. What is the student? A is belongs to R and B is belongs to R. If any number is in the form of a plus ib, then it is called complex number, where a and b are belongs to R, and I square equal to, what is the students? And I square equal to -1. This is the real part, this is the imaginary part. A plus ib is also can be written as in the order pair a comma b. X coordinate is the real one, y coordinate is the imaginary part. Therefore dear students, the a plus ib, the a plus by ib also we can written as order pair form a comma b. Therefore a is the real one, b is the imaginary. Okay students. Suppose is there students, 1 is there only real, it can be written as 1 comma 0. Is there I, 0 comma 1. Okay students, 1 can be written as 1 comma 0. So I can be written as 0 comma -1. Minus I can be written as the students 0 comma -1. Real part is 0, imaginary part is the -1. In this real part is the students, real part is the 0, imaginary part is the 1. So the all order pairs of the form a comma b, where a and b belongs to R, then a comma b, the order pair a comma b is called the complex number. Suppose students, we have to know that the root of -3, root of -5 is there. Generally with the multiplication root a into root b, you can written as, how to write the students, root of ab. So dear students, if you can write the root of 15, undoubtedly wrong students. How can you write the root a into root b, where a and b are the real only? Therefore students, this can be written as the root 3 minus is the I square, square and root cancel. This is the students, -1 is the I square, this is the I. Now student, this is the root of 15. Root a into root b is the students root of 15. I into I is the I square. I square value we know that -1. This is the students minus of root 15. So when you can observe the under root is negative is there, undoubtedly we can write that negative is the I square. Therefore student, this is the value minus of root 15. Okay students. So dear students, equality of the two complex numbers. Okay, dear students, equality of the two complex numbers means, suppose we are taking the students a1 plus ib1 is there, and another complex number is the students a2 plus ib2. So the equality property is the students, if the z1 the complex numbers are denoted by this is Z1 and this is Z2. So dear student, the complex numbers are denoted by Z comma Z1 comma Z2. Dear students, when it is Z1 equal to Z2, in this case we are equating the first real parts, that is A1 equal to A2, and equating the imaginary parts, that is the students B1 equal to B2. Are you understand students? When the two complex numbers are equal, then we are equating the real parts and the imaginary parts. Are you understand students? Suppose one complex number is there. I will take one example. X minus 3 plus I into y plus 2 is given by 1 plus I. What is the students? 1 plus I. Therefore students, what is the values of x and y? What is the value of then x equal to and y equal to? So dear students, first we are equating the equal parts, real parts. First we are equating the students on both sides real part. Equating the real part. What is the real part is students? X minus 3 is there 1. Therefore x equal to 1 plus 3. Therefore that is the students 4. Now students, we are equating the imaginary parts on both sides. Therefore students, imaginary part. My dear student, the imaginary part is the y plus 2. Here the imaginary part is the 1. Therefore students, the imaginary part y plus 2 equal to I coefficient is the 1. Y equal to 1 minus 2. Therefore y equal to minus 1. This is the students equality of the two complex numbers. When the two complex numbers are equal, then we are equating the real and the imaginary parts. After that students, addition of the two complex numbers. What is the students? Addition of the two complex numbers. Addition, that means dear students Z1 plus Z2. So dear students, when the two complex numbers Z1 is the, what is the students? The Z1 is we are taking some, my dear students, if Z1 equal to A1 plus IB1 and Z2 equal to A2 plus IB2, then the addition of the two complex number is defined as Z1 plus Z2. What is the students? Z1 plus Z2. That is the students we can written as A1 plus IB1 plus A2 plus IB2. Therefore student, this is A1 plus A2. I is the common, B1 plus B2. This is the addition. Therefore dear students, the Z1 plus Z2 is also equal to Z2 plus Z1. So the complex numbers commutative law is satisfied under addition. Okay students, so here this is satisfied the commutative law, and also dear students, the associative law is the Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 equals to students the Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. This is the commutative law, this is the associative law. Now dear student, the third one is the students, that is called identity, additive identity. We have to know that additive identity means Z plus 0 equal to 0 plus Z. This 0 is called the additive identity. This is the students additive identity. So this is associative law. What is the student? This is associative law. So Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 equal to Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. That is called associative law. The first one is the student commutative law. What is the students? Commutative law. Under addition, they are satisfied, commutative and associative and identity. So the fourth one, the students, additive inverse. This is the additive identity. This is the additive commutative. This is additive associative. Now the students, additive inverse. Additive inverse means students, the additive inverse of z is the minus z. Therefore students, z minus z equal to 0. What is the students? Z minus z equals to 0. What is the student? The z minus z equal to 0. We can written as the students z plus minus z plus z. Okay student, this is the called the, what is the students? Both are equal to 0. This is called additive inverse. What is the students? Additive inverse. So my dear students, the additive inverse of z is minus z. So for example, I will take z equal to 1 plus I minus of 2 minus I. Okay students, how to write the additive inverse of this one? So this is the example students. I will take z equal to 1 plus I. I will take, what is the students? I will take 1 plus I minus of 2 minus I. First students, z you can written as 1 plus I minus 2 plus I. This is the students minus 1 plus 2I. This is the z additive inverse of z is the students minus of z. Additive inverse of the z is the students minus of z. Therefore students, the minus of z equal to, that is minus of minus 1 plus 2i. That is the 1 minus of 2i. We are taking the completely opposite sign. Minus 1 is the plus 1, plus 2i is the minus 2i. This is nothing but additive inverse. What is the students? Additive inverse. Okay. Now students, the multiplication of the two complex numbers. Okay students. So z1 is a complex number and z2 is the another complex number. So its multiplication is denoted by z1 into z2. So dear students, the first one is z1 into z2 equal to z2 into z1. That means students, commutative law. Commutative law under multiplication is satisfied student. Commutative law is satisfied, and also student, the second one already I explained, the z1 into z2 into z3 equal to students, the z1 into z2. When we are taking the three complex numbers, that is called associative law. What is the students? The multiplication is satisfied, commutative and association. And third one is the students. What is the student? Third one is the identity. What is the students? Identity. The identity is the students. We have to know that 2 1 are 2, 3 1 are 3, 4 1 are 4. Therefore, identity means z1 into 1, 1 into z equal to z. This is the students' identity. One is called the identity. Multiple identity is the 1. Additive identity is the 0. Z plus 0 equal to 0 plus z equal to z. So additive identity is the 0. Multiple identity is the 1. Now students, the fourth one is the students' inverse. So additive inverse is the students. The additive inverse of z is minus z. But the multiple inverse of z is 1 by z. So students, we have to know that z into z inverse or z inverse into z equal to 1. This is called the students multiple inverse. Okay students, therefore the multiple inverse of z is 1 by z. So when we are taking z is, this is sending other side. What is the students? 1 by z. Therefore z into z inverse, what we got the students? The z into z inverse. Okay students, z inverse into z is called the students 1. Therefore here this can be written as 1 by z. The multiple inverse of what is the students? The multiple inverse of z is the 1 by z. Multiple inverse of the z is the students 1 by z. Therefore this is the identity property. Identity is the 1. And therefore students here the inverse of z is the 1 by z. What is the students? Inverse of z is the 1 by z, multiple inverse. Additive inverse of z is the students minus z. Already I explained z plus minus z plus z equal to 0. So dear student, the additive inverse of z is the minus z. The multiple inverse of z is the 1 by z. I will take one example students. Find the multiplicative inverse. Find the multiplicative inverse of what is the students? Find the multiplicative inverse of. So find, I will take one example. Find the multiplicative inverse of 2 plus 3i. Find the mi, multiplicative inverse of 2 plus 3i. So dear students, first we take z equal to 2 plus 3i. What is the students? Z equals to 2 plus 3i. Its multiple inverse of z is denoted by 1 by z. This is the students 1 by 2 plus 3i. 1 by z equal to students 1 by 2 plus 3i. Now students, this can be written as 1 upon 2 plus 3i into 2 minus 3i upon 2 minus 3i. This is the students 2 minus 3i upon a square minus b square. What is student? A square is the 4 minus b square is the 9. So dear students, a square, how to write the students? A square is the 4. This is the b square is the 9i square. 1 by 2 plus 3i. After that you are taking the rationalization. That is the 2 minus 3i by 2 minus 3i. This is the a square is the 4. I square value we know that minus. I square value is the minus. This is the students 2 minus 3i by minus of minus plus 9. 2 minus 3i by 13. This is enough. This is the multiplicative inverse. So this can be also written as the students 2 by 13 minus I by 3 by 13. So this is also we can written in the order pair form 2 by 13 comma minus 3 by 13. Okay students, this is the mi of the 2 plus 3i. Okay students, now students, subtraction and division of two complex numbers. Okay students, subtraction and division of the two complex numbers. Okay students, so here, so dear student, subtraction means the z1 is a1 plus ib1. Suppose z2 is the students a2 plus ib2. Then the subtraction is the students z1 minus z2. Subtraction is the students z1 minus z2. How can you write the student? This is a1 minus a2. First you can subtract the real parts. After that students, imaginary parts is I into b1 minus b2. Now its division is the students z1 by z2. That is the students a1 plus ib1 upon a2 plus ib2. After then students, we have to take in the denominator is imaginary is there, then we are taking the rationalization students. So my dear students, how can you write this is a1 plus ib1 by a2 plus ib2, a2 minus ib2 upon a2 minus ib2. Okay students, now this is, how can you write the student? Just you can multiple with this one, a1 a2. After then students, first we have to multiple with a1 students, that is a1 a2, or you have to multiple with a2, that is I into a2 b1. After then students, we have to multiple with I b2, that is minus I a1 b2. Finally students, I into I is the I square is the minus, minus plus, that is b1 b2 upon, how can you write the students? This will be a plus b into a minus b, that is the a2 square minus b square is the b2 square I square. Are you understand students? First we have to multiple with a2, a1 a2, a2 b1. After then a1 b2, then you can write finally b1 b2. So students, this is a1 a2 plus b1 b2. So I is the common, that is the students a2 b1 minus a1 b2 upon a2 square. I square is the minus plus. This is the students b2 square. This is the division. Are you understand students? This is called as division. Okay. Now students, we can written as, suppose a plus ib whole square. This is the students a square. After then students, b square is ib whole square 2ab, that is the students 2iab. This is we can written as I square b square 2iab. Therefore students, a square minus b square 2iab is the formula of a plus ib whole square. Now students, the a minus ib, dear students, we have to know that I square is the minus 1, I cube is the I square into I, that is the minus I power 4 is the students I square whole square minus 1 whole square is the plus 1. I power 4 is the students I power 4 into I power 4 is the 1, therefore I. Suppose students, I power 6 can be written as I power 5 into I. This is the I into I is the students minus 1. Suppose I power 7 students, we can written as I square whole cube into I. This is the minus 1 into I. This is the minus I. I square is the students minus 1. I cube is the minus I. I power 4 is the 1. I power 5 is the I. I power 6 is the minus 1. I power 7 is the students minus I. Therefore students, the I power 4n is, how to write the students I power 4n is, we can written as I power 4 whole power n. I power 4 is the students 1. 1 power n is nothing but 1. Suppose students, I power 4n plus 1. This is the students I power 4n into I. I power 4n is the 1. 1 into I is the students I. Now students, I power 4n plus 2. This is I power 4n I square. I power 4n is the students 1. I square is the minus 1. This is the I power 4n plus 2. Therefore students, I power 4n plus 3. This is the students I power 4n I cube. I power 4n is the students 1. I cube is the students minus I. This is the students minus of I. So students, now this is the a plus ib whole square. Now students, the a minus a plus ib whole cube is a cube plus b cube ib whole cube 3ab 3iab into a plus ib. This is the students a cube. I cube is the students minus I b cube. After then This is the students 3i a into a square b, I into I square minus 3a b square. This is the formula. What is the students? A cube minus 3a b square plus I into 3a square b minus of b cube minus of b cube. This can be written as the students, the real part is a cube minus 3a b square, imaginary part is 3a square b minus of b cube. Are you understand students? This is the formula of a plus ib whole cube and a plus ib whole cube. Dear students, conjugate of a complex number. Conjugate of a complex number. What is the students? Conjugate of a complex number. Therefore students, the complex numbers the complex numbers a plus ib and a minus ib are said to be, what is the students? A plus ib and a minus ib are said to be conjugate complex numbers, are said to be conjugate complex numbers, are said to be, dear students, conjugate the complex numbers a plus ib and a minus ib are said to be conjugate complex numbers, okay, each other. So therefore students, the conjugate complex numbers to each other. Okay, after then student, if z is a complex number, if z is a complex number, what is the students? If z is a complex number, then its conjugate complex number is denoted by z bar. Then its conjugate complex number is denoted by z bar. What is the students? Then its conjugate is its conjugate denoted by z bar. Suppose students, I will take one example. Z equal to x plus iy, z bar equal to x minus iy. Okay students, after then z bar whole bar is also x plus iy. Okay students, z is the x plus iy, z is the x minus iy, z bar is the x plus iy. Therefore z bar whole bar is the students equal to z. Are you understand students? Suppose z we are taking x minus iy, z bar is the students x plus iy, the z bar whole bar is the students x plus iy. Just you can take the opposite sign for the imaginary part. What is the students? We have to take the opposite sign for the imaginary part. Therefore students, now write the properties of the conjugate complex numbers. What is the students? Properties of a conjugate complex numbers. Therefore students, the properties of the conjugate complex number is, the first one is the students z1 bar whole bar is the z1. This is the first one. Now the second one is the students minus of z1 whole bar equals to minus z1 bar, minus of z1 bar. The third one is the students, if you are taking the two complex numbers z1 plus z2 whole bar, that can be written as z1 bar plus z2 bar. If any more doubts, just you have to take example, students. Suppose z1 is a1 plus ib1. What is the students? a1 plus ib1. z2 is the students a2 plus ib2. z1 plus z2 is the students, first we are adding the real part, I is the common, b1 plus b2. Therefore students, the z1 plus z2 whole bar equal to, we take the minus sign, that is the students a1 plus a2 minus I into b1 plus b2. This is the z1 plus z2, that is a1 plus a2 minus I into b1 plus b2. After that students, the z1 bar is the a1 minus ib1. z2 bar is the student, the z2 bar is the a2 minus ib2. Now sum of these students, z1 bar plus z2 bar is a1 plus a2 minus is the common b1 plus b2. Now we observe students, the z1 plus z2 whole bar equal to z1 bar plus z2 bar. This is the third property. Similarly students, subtraction also, the z1 minus z2 bar is the students z1 bar minus z2 bar. The fifth one is the students, the fifth one we can written as the students into product z1 into z2 bar equal to z1 bar into z2 bar. After that students, z1 by z2 division, we can written as the students z1 bar by z2 bar. Okay students. Now the another one is the students, the product of the seventh property. We can read the seventh one is the students, the seventh one z1 into z2 into z3 and so on zn. This is the students, we can written as z1 bar, z2 bar, z3 bar and so on zn bar. Are you understand students? You can write z1 into z2 into z3 and so on zn can be written as the student z1 bar into z2 bar into z3 bar into zn. And also students, the eighth property is z1 plus z2 plus z3 and so on zn. Whole bar is the students z1 bar plus z2 bar plus z3 bar and so on zn bar. Now the ninth property is the students, the ninth property we can written as the students z1 plus z2 upon z3 z4 whole bar is there. How can you write the student z1 bar plus z2 bar by z3 bar z4 bar? Are you understand students? The z1 plus z2 whole by upon z3 by z3 whole bar is the students z1 bar plus z2 bar upon z3 bar into z4 bar. Now the 10th one is the students I bar. We can written as the students I bar is the minus I. I bar is the students minus I. Suppose the students, the minus I whole bar is the plus I. Just you have to opposite sign of the imaginary part. Now students, the 11th property is the students, suppose constant is there, k into z1 bar is there, that can be written as the students k z1 bar. K is the real number here. What is the students? K belongs to real, where k is belongs to real. Now this is the students, the 12th one is there. If z equal to, what is the students? If z equal to a plus ib. What is the students? If z equal to a plus ib. What is the student? If z equal to a plus ib, then the first one z plus, what is the students? Z plus z bar. That is the adding. So the addition is the students a plus ib plus a minus ib. These two are cancelled. A plus a is the students 2a. That is the students we can written as, what is the a? Real part of z. This can be written as the students 2 into real part of z. The real part of z is the students a. The a can be also written as real part of z. Now the student subtraction, that is z minus z bar is a plus ib minus of a minus ib. A cancel student, that is 2ib. So dear students, the 2ib, what is the students? 2ib. B is called the imaginary part of z. 2i into im of z, that is imaginary part of z. Now the third one is the students the z into z bar. Z is the students a plus ib. Z bar is the students a minus ib. A plus ib into a minus ib is a square minus, what is the students? A square minus I square into b square. I square value is the minus 1, minus of minus plus 1, this is the b square. These are all properties of the conjugate complex numbers. Properties of a conjugate complex numbers. There are 12 properties are there. Okay students. Okay students, this is today. Tomorrow we will discuss modulus. So the modulus properties are the very important students. Those are very useful in the objective also. The modulus properties are very important. The modulus of z is denoted by mod of z, that is root of a square plus b square. That will we discuss in tomorrow. Okay students, thank you all.